Alright, we're back. The
Sigmar's
game
will.
crashed out on me while loading at the same spot. So, uh, had to verify the integrity of the files. And while I was at it, I went ahead and updated my graphics driver just in case. Alright, let's hope we don't crash out here. And we can get into this. This makes me nervous. This is about where it was crashing before. I know there was a recent update. Really don't want to have to verify my game files again. That takes forever. Oh, it moved. Alright. Maybe we're alright. Well, hopefully this will finish loading when we get into it. So with the Empire, I think the way the mechanic works is you have your elector counts or whatever, and so they sit and hold seats in the different territories within the Empire realm, um, and they're gonna have different like loyalty rating to start with. So the game will offer choices at intervals that'll say, do you want to side with faction A or faction B? And usually that'll influence their kind of loyalty to you. One will gain, one will lose, that sort of thing, and you can kind of get into the politics that way. Hoping the system works a little bit better than it did the last time I played it. But then once you gain control of the empire, like the actual ownership of different lands, you can install, I think, electors from your faction. I think is how it works. Either way, a lot of times when I've done this before, the empire can get kind of kind of murdered. Some of the weaker empire factions can really get murdered by. I think it's like the Nurgle type enemy that's kind of north of the Empire lands. Um, you can get beastmen running around. You can get Norska tribes invading. You're also bordering Marienburg, which does not like the Empire to start. I've had them declare war on me before. That was annoying. You also start with a non-aggression pact with vampire counts, which some of the factions closer to the vampire counts don't particularly like. This initial load, it does take a while, but it looks like it's going to complete in just a matter of time. One focus that I want to do is to try to get at least Balthazar um, as another legendary lord on our side. Not, we don't have to do it like right away, but I would like to command an army with him as well. And there's also another mechanic that we'll see pop up that gives you access to some wandering lords, basically. Lord and hero, some wandering travelers at a local tavern. But we'll see it when we get there. Anyways, finally loaded. Let's get into it.
Now is the time, men of the Empire, to unite!
Alright, so we'll just I'll read through this real quick. Use prestige earned throughout your campaign to dictate the outcome of political dilemmas and manipulate relationships between the Empire's states. Make choices that uphold your imperial authority to maintain power and stability while pandering to individual elector counts to increase their fealty and ultimately confederate the Empire. Wrest control from the Empire state capitals through intrigue or war to install your own elector counts and receive benefits such as the elector count state troops and other bonuses. Real quick. Yeah, so the Imperial Authority is up here, right? Yeah, so we start off as stagnant. It's 0. We lose growth in all provinces. As we gain authority, which is weird, it actually goes to the left. Declining authority is to the right here. We don't want that. Obviously, if we get to Calamitous, everybody declares civil war on us, along with all these other massive penalties. So when we get a 1 in our authority, we'll be getting max bonuses, I guess, where fealty increase chance by 5% each turn. The growth rate gets a +3, and we get +5% income from faction buildings.
I am France. They will obey.
France's army, we do start with 2 swordsmen, 2 handgunners, great swords, halberdiers, Reichsguard, and mortars. The handgunners are very strong early, but they do require some precise positioning to fire effectively, unlike archers that can just fire wherever they want because, you know, on an arrow you have an arc. With the handgunners, you pretty much have to have a clear line of sight. And we have Altdorf, which starts with as a hamlet, tier 1 Imperial Wharf, and training fields, which we're going to want to relocate sooner rather than later, or at some point anyways. We're going to want to relocate our barracks buildings to one of the minor settlements.
I am Prince and Emperor.
We are starting at war with Empire Secessionists, who control the 3 minor settlements in Reichland. Let's check our diplomacy here real quick. So, somewhere Kazarak doesn't like us. They're, I think, to the north somewhere. Marienburg, you can see there, they condemn us as well, just historical relations with Marienburg. Sylvania really doesn't like us and deteriorating despite the non-aggression pact with Sylvania and Tempelhof. But really we're more concerned with Empire factions, and actually, are we at war with anybody else? We have non-aggression pacts with dwarves, Bretonnians, the 2 vampire counts that are over here, and Kislev, the Ice Court,
Mistress of Ice.
And we're only at war currently with the Warherd of One Eye and the Empire Secessionists. And let's see here. Talabeclan,
All right.
who's our neighbor to the east. They quite like us.
The Empire.
And otherwise, just kind of neutral attitudes for everybody else that are either slightly improving or slightly deteriorating. Do want to look at the fealty as well real quick, which is here.
Yes.
So we would like to keep Talabeclan going for a while, I think.
Yes.
Midland, Boris Todbringer, his fealty is pretty low.
So, Sigma's
Average,
will.
no fealty for for Marienburg.
All right.
I think we have to take that by war. I'm not entirely sure.
Yes. Sigma's will. Of course. The Empire.
France,
So,
neutral. They are very low fealty. They're
Sure.
kind of a threat that we may want to deal with early.
what?
Balthasar is pretty
All right.
loyal to us.
What? Who calls?
Oslin's pretty loyal.
The Empire.
And Hochland's pretty
What?
loyal.
Who calls?
Up in here, we have the Black Pit Tribe, Hochland, the Brass Keep. This is Nurgle Fecundites. I think it's Fecundites. They're a pretty big threat to Hochland. And they are a pretty big threat to Midland. And we got Wood Elves up in here. They're kind of not a threat to anybody at the moment. Alright. First
I
order of business, though,
command here.
is to take out the secessionist army.
I'll ignore
Has some
that.
crossbowmen, some spearmen, a general, sword infantry general.
The nation calls.
So our starting march here is going to be on Grunberg.
Men, we must attack.
2 swordsmen, 2 spearmen, crossbowmen. To minimize our losses, we're probably going to be using the mortars and handgunners as effectively as possible. Try to get our Reichsguard onto the crossbowmen, and probably send Franz into this thick of things. I'm going to be quick saving if we have like a really bad outcome, something that's like impossible to come back from. Maybe we'll use it. But for the most part, I don't plan on doing really any save scumming. We win, we win. We lose, we lose. Kind of play it straight up. So we are in battle realism mode. Our camera can only pan so far, so we will have limited sight lines in battle. This looks more or less they're probably going to start somewhere in the middle, or they may start back towards the trees. Either way, it's not a huge deal. We have a huge range advantage with the mortar starting unit. So as long as we can find them, we can bombard them. All right, yeah, that's their whole force. Pretty far up.
Mortar!
Put our mortar. Mortar positioning there is pretty good. A little bit on a decline. should be solid.
For Heldenhammer!
Our halberdiers are going to start off to the side and back. We really, in our
The
great swords, we
Empire
really don't need
endures!
to get them taking damage.
Swordsmen! Handgunners!
It's probably easiest to just stick them over here.
For Heldenhammer! By Ulrich's wrath! Great swords! The ground quakes! Rexguard knights! See to it! Mortar! Yes, sir. Sigmar guides us! For Heldenhammer! Very well! Faster! Take the ground! Send us out! Yes, sir, quickly! The Empire endures! By Ulrich's wrath! Swordsmen, take position! My subjects call! For the Warhammer! To battle! Awaiting orders! For the Warhammer! Mortar! Ready for war! Rexguard! Ulrich's wrath on them! Our steeds are restless! No lingering! I will not stand idle! We are Sigmar's heirs!
There's
Quick
that
march!
nice volley of fire, which we're just getting shot up by the crossbowmen. So,
By Gal Maraz! Prepare for combat! For the Heldenhammer! Rexguard! Mortar! Ah! Halberdiers! Ah! Karl Franz! Sigmar guides us! The
great
Empire
charge from the
endures.
Reichsguard there. They'll be racking up the kills pretty well.
Sigmar! To battle! Formation march! Now! Awaiting orders! We are Sigmar's heirs! War! To battle! Charge! Formation march! Save ammunition! Handgunners! No lingering! Attack! No lingering! Quickly! For Heldenhammer! For France! Attack! The Empire endures! Swordsman! Rexguard Knights! Sigmar commands! Shaman! Yes, quickly! Mortar! Ready for war! At Spain! Great swords! For Heldenhammer! Quick march! Mortar!
Alright, victory. And now we can pretty much have
Rexguard Knights! We serve the
our
Emperor.
cav chase this guy
Moving
down.
now!
Filthy secessionist. Alright. I don't think we should have lost too many there. Less than 100, most on these swordsmen. The Reichsguard with 163 kills. They're such a strong unit. If you can use them properly, you can get them absolutely massacred, just like any cavalry. You can really put them in a bad position if you're not paying attention. And with larger scale battles, that can be pretty tough, but the greatswords also slaughtered quite a number of enemies. That's pretty good. Just look at their damage dealt. Only 3,700 as opposed to this 44, even though they had more kills. But 11,000 damage for the Reichsguard and almost 6,000 for France. A lot of that was probably on the general at the end here, who's left alive, I guess. I probably should have just finished him off. We are going to take on captives. Even though I kind of want to execute the secessionists, we need them for the march. So that's going to replenish pretty much all of our forces. Yeah, they're dead anyways. And we gained a camp follower, which will help our wound recovery time. We also gained an ogre blade, which kind of irrelevant right now. Helmut Ludendorff has died.
Bring me to my men.
So the reason we already have the Dragon Tooth, which is very good. So the ogre blade would be a good weapon for our first hero whenever we get them, and then the camp follower would go to our hero as well in case they get wounded, either in battle or by enemy agent. And then skills.
I am France. They will obey. Now, the Empire.
The XP gain per turn is pretty nice early. Obviously, we just start getting a more experienced army, which helps quite a bit. He's already a pretty strong combatant at this point. So we're actually going to start with an inspiring presence.
I command here.
And now, when we go to this minor settlement, so this was what they updated in 2.2 was to get a walled settlement battle or just a settlement battle in general, I think you need to have the garrison buildings. None of these are going to have garrisons. So we should get a field battle here, which is a pretty positive change all in all.
Ulrich's will.
Yeah, so it says Pyrrhic victory. I don't agree with that. 3 swordmen, 3 spearmen, some crossbows. Again, ranged advantage to us. And yeah, field battle. So this should be pretty easy slaughter for us, I think. Same tactics as last time. Kind of get the infantry charging. And get our Reichsguard flanking, get our gunners in position to potshot the enemy. Yeah, pretty much it. Get Franz in there to slaughter some dudes. It'll be good. Oh, did I actually keep my formation? Is that a change? Interesting.
For Heldenhammer!
Halberdiers!
Okay.
To me, men! Guns of Nuln!
Reichsguard!
No, that should be pretty
Send
fine.
this out!
That's an order! Mortar!
Reichsguard Knights! No lingering!
Handgunners! My subjects call! This is my command!
So they do have a bit of an advantage in terms of
The Empire endures!
number of units,
Sigma!
but quality goes to us.
Now!
Roar!
To battle! Get them!
Detachments, move! For France!
For friends!
Sigma, come on!
So this spearman just took a billion damage from my gunners,
Ulrich's
which we can now start moving around since we're engaged. That doesn't actually hit anybody that I need it to.
Reichsguard!
Yes, my lord! Fire!
Still gonna pop it for
Like
France.
Alvarez!
Swordsman! We are Sigma's heirs! Go! Swordsman!
Great swords!
Yeah, the great swords were kind of
Swordsman!
getting
Ready!
dunked on there.
For the Empire!
Reichsguard Knights!
Actually, I should
Prepare
not.
for combat! Mortar!
For Heldenhammer! Spot us the target!
Taking position!
For the twin-tailed comet!
I will not stand idle!
Go!
The Empire endures! Ready for war! Charge!
Yes, General!
Ready for war! By Ulrich's wrath! Go! Mortar!
For the twin-tailed comet!
Moving
All right.
faster!
Easy peasy. Pyrrhic victory. Right. I know that I read on their either their patch notes or their recent hotfix or something, state of the game, that they are going to be looking at garrisons in general, garrison strength, which I think is a smart thing. Garrisons are very weak in general. Oh, we did get an armor. Oops. The armor of meteoric iron, which gives us armor plus 10 and a ward save 10%. That is pretty great. And we're not going to be looting our own home territory. That's stupid. So the armor is going to go to Carl. He also gained a pit fighter, which gives us more casualties captured in post-battle, so more replenishment. More other bonuses. Replenishment is quite good, especially when we're fighting here at home.
I command here.
And don't think we're gonna go in down this red line here at all for a while. Hold the line is nice for a little bit of defense buff for everybody. We don't get Deathclaw until 16. Let's see, we don't get Best of the Empire until 12. Kind of want to just give him some more melee defense to start with.
So,
Now we have the Elector state state troops, which we can recruit. I don't know. It's a certain number available that are going to be available once they are unlocked. So right now we have Carroburg Greatswords unlocked, but they are on a cooldown of 15 turns, so we can't recruit anything from here. Oops. Did not realize they had a magical aura. Bathed in blood. It's pretty solid. They're also unbreakable. Interesting. Greatswords don't have that, right? No. Alright, so in the meanwhile, we need to figure out what we're going to recruit to go take the Ubershrike. So their garrison should be basically the same. Yep. 3 swordsmen, 3 spearmen, and cavalry. So we don't need anything fancy. Now, with the siege battles, I definitely prefer the swordsmen to just load up on swordsmen for their armor, for their shields, their bronze shields. Since halberdiers, greatswords, things like that don't have shields, so spearmen don't have shields. We're not going to be facing cavalry all that soon. But now with the minor battles, the minor settlement battles being changed, we may be able to go kind of a 1-in-1. We're still only going to need a few spearmen, I think, to start with. Probably have the bulk of our army made up by swordsmen. Spearmen are cheaper, so we'll do a 1-in-1 split for now, and then our first our first growth points and money, pretty much just gonna want to put into Altdorf and get that upgraded. We start Grunberg with grazing pastures, which gives us income growth, recruitment cost for pistoliers and outriders, which we have pistoliers now, right?
as is my right by Sigmar's crown.
No, it's the Free Company Militia.
Bring me to my men.
So it's good to start. You know, we get extra growth, both growth bonus from there, which is nice.
Who calls?
Our first research is going to go to probably Tithe rebates, just for the early growth, control bonuses, since we're going to need it reclaiming our territory. And finally, we're going to want a trade partner. So you can do the quick deal, find a trade partner. I'm going to try to do this based on... because we don't have any trade... Oh, we do. We start trade with Carrick Norn and Carrick Zoflin, which, if they can actually hold out, is pretty good that we're boosting their economy. Because on the other side of this is vampire stuff. And orcs in the mountains. And if they can not get overrun, that just means one less side for us to worry about. So we do want to trade with Talabecklin. They are very loyal to us.
By
So,
Sigmar's will, come in peace.
pop a trade agreement, a non-aggression pact. I'm not going to demand money with the balance offer. It's not that much, and frankly, I just want them to have as much money as possible to hold out in case they start getting attacked by somebody. They're not at war with anybody, so it's nice. We will import timber. Don't think we're gonna get military access just yet. Don't need it. So just trade.
Of course.
And then Midland. So Midland's a good trade partner. Their attitude is improving towards us, but Boris's fealty is pretty low.
It is time.
I also want to trade with the Golden Order.
I will set aside my studies
They
for
do
a
not
moment to
want it
hear
yet,
your
though.
words.
I don't even have enough to balance the offer. So, yeah, we're not going to trade with them yet.
Yes?
We could also try to give income boost to Hawkland.
What? Who called? So, the... Yes? Who called? Yes. The, what? Yes? Approach and make your offer. But I make no promises.
That's an outrageous amount of money for -1. That's another thing. The balance offer coming in was 430 something, and they really liked getting the trade going with us because it was beneficial for them. But even just a non-aggression pact to balance this offer is an outrageous amount of money. So, never mind. You're on your own. It is
Mistress of
also
Ice.
tempting to strike trade with the Ice Court
Aye.
or Karazha Karak.
Greetings. What do you require of the
The Boca Palace's doors are open to you.
So, if we kind of make them stronger, again, they can protect kind of northeast route into the Empire.
This shall suffice.
Alright. We're taking those 2 agreements, and that's it for now. We have 235 coming in from trade. Let me look at this real quick. Okay. So, really, the Ice Court is our most profitable trade partner right now. You can see our strength rank is, in general, starts off so incredibly low for the Empire. Even our strength rank is 115. Yeah, it's after battles, but still, it wouldn't have been much higher if we were full strength.
Raise Sigma. By the comet.
It's also tempting to try to take Nuln early. We may be forced into war with them just due to their fealty.
Yes.
We get Regiments of Renown starting at level 10, looks like. And then our only other option would be to recruit another Lord and get another army started.
Is it time?
And they're not going to be able to recruit anything, so I don't think that's the play. Otherwise, let's see, do we have any... We encountered the Skull Smashers, so there are orcs up there on the other side of Marienburg. Alright, we know all that stuff. And then the Machinations, it works like the High Elves kind of influence, where you can improve or decrease relations. The thing is, with the Empire's prestige, you're going to need the prestige for events, so we're going to want to save up a pretty healthy stock of prestige to give us more options there. So the one big point for the Secessionists that we will have to take is going to be their keep or castle on the southwestern side. That's kind of a tough little siege. So I like to set camera settings for allied stuff. I like being able to see them. Actually, medium's fine. But we want their animation speed to be pretty fast because we don't really care what their heroes and lords are doing too much. For enemies, I like keeping it on normal. Put it at high for now. If I need to adjust that back in, we could probably put their heroes on fast, but we'll keep that for now. And then neutral factions, we'll put them on fast just so we can kind of keep an eye on what they're doing. Adjust that as needed. Fast forward I don't particularly like because then things can happen that you don't necessarily notice. So the secessionists started a new army down there. That's fine. By the time we get there, we'll have a total of 4 more units from what we started with. At least 4. Now,
in the sky.
oh, we got a battle wizard. I wonder if that is just a random event, because that I don't think happened before. But we'll take a battle wizard for sure.
Summon the
Yeah, we
electric
can't
house.
get there in 1 turn. Which is
I refuse.
just fine. They got 6 units up in 1 turn. This is what I was talking about over here. Helm Guard can be a difficult fight. That is a walled siege battle.
I command here.
Don't have much to do this turn.
In the
We
name
did get
of
a
madness.
wizard. Let's see what our wizard is. Is that heavens?
What is your wish?
Where's the Ooh, and he has a good effect. XP gain. Celestial Wizard. Whatever, just going this way. I was trying to figure out where it was. I don't remember. Yeah, it is Lord of the Heavens. So he gets Harmonic Convergence, which is a buff. Wind Blast, which is a breath attack. In a cone. Urnan's Thunderbolt. I mean, this is so cool. This is why the Warhammer Total War is so cool, is these spells. They fit so well in this. Curse of Midnight Wind, which debuff. Comet of Cassandora. And Chain Lightning. which doesn't work how you might think, but there's a vortex in that area. So we have a lot of AoE kind of potential with this guy. A little bit of buffing, a little bit of debuffing. He starts off at level 1 though, so... And what is their... They have increased income, right? Yeah, boost income, scouting. Alright.
By the comet.
So, this is a little risky, but I kind of want to go try to steal the technology while we can, get a bit of a boost to it. Don't know if it'll actually change the turn count, but just don't get wounded.
I await to advise.
And he succeeded. And he gained a level.
The Empire.
Great, that's what we're looking for. We don't need magic items all that badly right now. Oh, that turns into additional effect on armor. +6. Or, no, it actually just gives +30 armor. That's pretty sweet.
That is fortuitous.
We also want to give him our ancillary that we got, Camp Follower. And even though this guy's not going to be in melee, I mean, we can give him the Ogre Blade for now.
I am Prince and Emperor.
It's actually quicker to go through here. Sure.
Men, we
Why
must
not? We
attack.
can still recruit from here, so that's fine. We'll go 1 and 1 again. I think the most spearmen I won is 4. Maybe even 3, since I have halberdiers. Then, let's see, we encountered the Bear Legion, so there's the vampire counts that are over there, as well as Bastion. In the region named Bastogne. I don't think there's really anything else for us to do. We got our 2 units that we recruited previous turn. No building stuff available for us. 2 turns until growth. Let's end our turn. If I can get, I maybe should have looked and see if I could see what units they were recruiting. Might have a bit of influence on what I choose to go for next. And here's the thing. So I could get +1 Imperial Authority, but we don't have enough prestige built up yet. So this is why we're going to want prestige. In the Empire, political power is often connected to economic prosperity. There is perhaps no group or organization that has a greater effect on economic prosperity across state borders than the Merchants Guild. The rumors being that many of the electors themselves are on the payroll. Using your gravitas, it may be possible for you to arrange favors for the patrons of the Merchants Guild, such as loosened regulations or tax cuts, in addition to more personal furtherances, in return for their help in advancing your political standing, all at a considerable cost, of course. So we can't do this. So we can do nothing about this, but we will gain 200 prestige. That'll get us going up here. It's unfortunate we can't take the +1 here because those bonuses are much better, but what can you do? Alright, let's see what they're recruiting. So spearmen, crossbowmen. So because they're going spears and not swordsmen, maybe some more ranged units
Ready.
would be
By
decent.
the comet. Now. Fight for our nation.
So
Raise
we
your
are going to
weapons.
encircle them real quick. I move this first so that I don't lose movement points when I
Yes.
embed the battle wizard.
Heirlooms of magic. Come.
Again, showing Pyrrhic victory. This should be another field battle. Same forces. We're just stronger now, so this is garbage nonsense. They need to fix the. Not really fix. It's nothing broken with the auto resolves, but they really need to look at it and see why the auto resolve is so inaccurate. Both ways. It can go both ways. There's some times where the auto resolve favors the players, where it's just like there's no possible way you can win this fight. I think they may need to adjust with the settlement changes. I think maybe the auto resolve is not taking into account that this is no longer a sieged battle. So they have to sally out, and we get cover if we want it. So, I mean, they're basically screwed. No possible way they can win this fight or inflict any real damage on us. So Pyrrhic victory makes no sense.
Reichsguard Knights!
They basically start with the same formation. Let's see. We should be able to get a little bit more value out of our mortars here. It should take them a bit longer to reach us.
The Empire endures!
Call France!
Swordsman! Attack! Shields up! No lingering! Handgunners! At speed!
For Altdorf! Very well!
What do you bid? Quickly! Handgunners! Yes, sir. Prepare for combat! The Empire endures! Roar! For Heldenhammer! For the twin-tailed comet! Reichsguard Knights! Sigmar guides us! Great swords! We are ready!
Now!
Ready! Now! Mortar! Great swords!
We are Sigmar's heirs! Sigmar!
Take the ground! Halberdiers!
A little bit sloppy there, but we'll get the job
The
done.
Empire endures! By Ulrich's wrath! By Ulrich's wrath! Yes, sir!
My rule is absolute!
The Empire endures! No lingering! Reichsguard! Quick march! Handgunners! At speed! We are Sigmar's heirs!
Ready?
No lingering! Attack! Pick targets! Reichsguard! For France! Swordsman! Handgunners! By Ulrich's wrath! Handgunners! To me, men!
To battle! Understood.
Take the ground!
Ready for war!
And there we go.
Celestial might!
Pretty easy. Lost like probably less than 50 units. No, not quite. But effectively. The gunners should have actually, yeah, the gunners did pretty fair amount of work there. As did the mortars. There were some massive, nasty mortar strikes on those crossbowmen. Alright, that's going to do it. I'm going to cut the recording here, pick it back up in a new episode so that's easier to upload. As soon as this finishes loading. Alright. Let the thing roll here. That's it. Alright. So, see you shortly.